WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have the Lot 40 Cask Strength. This was my holy grail. I looked for this everywhere. Thank you, Dr. Don Livermore, PhD here, Master Blender. I never realized that. It doesn't say Master Distiller, it says Master Blender, actually, on his business card. Very interesting. This has been so elusive. There was once in, I think, October, November of 2018, the opportunity to buy this at the Whiskey Exchange. There were maybe 60, 80 bottles. I received my email at 10 o'clock, and I went online. Sold out. I called up and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, all bottles were gone within like 26 minutes. I was so peeved. But Roy from Aquavite should have given me a sample at the Interwhiskey 2018 in Frankfurt. We just didn't meet up, and so I actually got the sample from Dr. Don, and I'm so happy. So, Lot 40. I think actually I can say without exaggerating that between 40 and 50 different people have bought bottles of Lot 40 in Germany already because I praise this whiskey. If anyone's been a fanboy of anything, I think this is it's been me with Lot 40. I've been asked a few times, and I really have to now remember my answer. What whiskey would you take if you had an island and you had to only have one whiskey on it? I think it would be Lot 40. I just love this whiskey. Imagine this with coconut milk or water. Imagine it with a little bit of pineapple. Imagine it with a little bit of mango and all these tropical fruits that are in all those islands. This could actually be a very, very good cocktail whiskey as well. I originally wanted to do a live stream, but I decided against it for one simple reason. I was a little worried. I expect this to be the best whiskey I've ever had. And if it isn't, will I be able to kind of hide my disappointment online? So we have a 55%. We have the 2017 version where there was 4,968 bottles. 12-year-old, not like the 2018, which was 11 years old. This is barrel proof, and actually goes in the barrels at 58%, I learned. First of all, it's column stilled, distilled, and the second time it's a pot still, which is very, I'm going to say, typical for a Canadian whiskey, especially there. And the normal Lot 40 is between 6 and 8 years old. Dr. Don mentioned that in my interview with him. Maybe you can actually go find it online. And this is put in new oak barrels. Very, very nice. I don't know if they're charred, toasted, whatever, but I'm sure Dr. Don would tell me that as well if I would ever ask. So the nose. Oh yes, Scotty, I'm home. Not Scotty, beam me up, I'm home. Oh, this is like my typical normal Lot 40 with more brown sugar, more wood additives, and a higher ABV. And I guess that's what happens when you actually just leave a rye whiskey in the barrel a little bit longer. This is, according to my information from Dr. Don, this is unmalted barley that's been distilled, 100% unmalted barley that's been distilled. I'm not sure if they did that 12 years ago, but let's see if that's, this is now unmalted barley. If this is also, it used to be a mixture of malted and unmalted barley. Brown sugar, molasses, eucalyptus, menthol, very, 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 very dark, sweet rye notes. I'm loving this. This is so good. I could do this for the next 10 minutes. I even got a very, very light tobacco leaf moment. Not tobacco, take the cigar from the tobacco leaf, and that's what I'm getting here. Not the smoked one. A little bit of a dark, rich cherry moment. This is so much more of a crisp, clear rye, and this is so much more. Let's nip on it at 55%. what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of saliva in my mouth so I can actually water it down myself. Julia Nonai, the nose, actually mentioned, take a sip of water and let a little bit in the cheeks. Let a little bit of water there so you can actually dilute it down yourself however you want to. Mmm. 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 If I had a dime for every time I said mmm, I think I'd be like $10. Oh, this is good. Oh, yeah. Mmm. Very, very nice. That rye, that dark, sweet rye. Mmm. Fabulous. This is going to be an A whiskey. Not an A plus, but an A whiskey. There's one tiny, minuscule, tiny little problem here. It's been in the oak a tiny little bit too long. For my personal WhiskyJason preference. There's a little bit of tannins at the end. It's a little bit of a bitter note. If I go over to the normal lot 40, it's rounder. It's smoother. It's sweeter. There's more of the rye character at the end. Over here, I would imagine I'm going to have a hypothesis that the 11 or even a 10-year-old lot 40 would be the pinnacle. There's actually charts you can see how a whiskey ages, and between 8 and 10 years it reaches its prime, and after that it actually goes down, especially with bourbons. Now, they watered down the cask. I think they actually added water to the cask as well during the hot summers because it's just so hot there in Ontario, Canada, that sometimes they just need it. But imagine a lot 40 10-year-old. Older is not always better. I think that would be the pinnacle of rye whiskey from Canada. Just saying, WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, a long ways away, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. I know about 5 or 10 different people have done this one online already, but I decided to do it as well because Dr. Don gave me the bottle, the sample. I just really, really wanted to just honor him and say thank you very much, sir. Thank you for being the master blender. Thank you for being maybe even the savior for good, excellent Canadian whiskey. Respect. Mm. Mm. Very well done. A. Mm. Oh, towards the end, that rye just pounces out onto your taste buds. Mm. And there's towards the end just a tiny, tiny little bit of the tannin, that wood that just kicks in and says, I'm still here. Value for money. Can you buy it? If you're in Canada and you're lucky, yes. If you're in the rest of the world, only through connections. Therefore, I'm still going to say, get a bottle, get a sample, find this. This is a nectar of the gods. This is so awesome. I just love it. And I'm so privileged to actually have this. I'm going to keep this, treasure this, and savor every single drop of this up until the very, very end. All right, WhiskyJason here. Happy. This is my happy place, the lot 40, my safe place. And the cask strength is more of a little bit of a to the fourth power, let's say that. Putting it in the words of Food Quig, after tasting the locked 40 cask strength, I just can't go back. And this is so good, but yet this is actually a little bit better. I can't go back. Who knows? That's the problem with supply and demand. I'm going to have to go back. Dr. Don, thank you. Thank you for making my whiskey journey a little bit more of an adventure, my whiskey adventure a little bit more of a delight by actually putting this out and allowing us mortals to have the nectars of the god. All right, Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskey. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and tell others. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, my videos normally come out. Every once in a while, a little bit of an interview of different people online or at whiskey fairs that I meet that are international guests, as well as a live stream every once in a while. Thank you. Bye-bye.